In front of me is the dye that I'm going to be using to dye the dress behind me. I did a video the other day, and as you may well or may not know, I'm going to be dyeing a wedding dress for a 40th Cake Smash session, and I'm going to be taking pictures outside with it as well. So before I completely destroy it with cake, I do want to do a couple shots. So anyways, let's get going. We've got the water boiling here. Apparently we need a lot of water, so this is 4.5 gallons, so I've got a few more to go. I'm going to fill a basin full of hot water, and then I believe you let it soak for like 30 minutes. So I've got my tub of hot water here, which I'm going to put the dress in. I'm going to try to save my tub as much as I can. I figured when I dump it, I can rinse it out quickly and there shouldn't be any color damage to the tub as enamel. And then I have the colors here. Of course, some teaspoons, some rubber gloves so I don't get my hands stained, some vinegar and salt. It's recommended on the web that you mix some vinegar and salt, especially with synthetics, which this dress is. So, all right, I'm gonna get mixing. All right, I'm getting ready to add the dye. I figured with the Super Pink, I need about 11.5 teaspoons, and for the Sandstone, I'm going to need about 3.5. So I'm going to add those in. 1, 11. Skipped a little there. Okay, now I need a half. You know what, I'm just going to do another full teaspoon. Okay, now we're on to the Sandstone, and I need 3.5, so I'm going to say 4. I'm going to add that in, and okay, it's now time to add the dress. It's a big moment. Let's see what happens, and hopefully I have enough here. Here goes nothing. There it's in. Too late. No turning back. Let me zoom out here. Get that good and wet. So now I've got to stir this around for 30 minutes. So I'll be back. So I've been stirring around a little bit for about 10 minutes and my arms are killing me, so I'm taking a little break. This dress is huge in here. As you can see, it's a pink, but you won't know what kind of pink until it's done. So, and at the end of the video, you'll see the dress, and it'll be all dry at that point, so I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I'm taking another little break. I'm going to warn you, if you're considering dyeing a wedding dress, that it is no joke. I am literally working up a sweat here. I don't know what's worse, being hovered over a bucket of hot boiling water, or the fact that I'm turning it and at a high rate of speed. And well, I guess one way to look at it is maybe I'm burning a little calories. So I'm still waiting. I've got probably another 5 minutes or so, and then I'll be back again. Alright, so the call bell's going off. We all recognize that sound. Now it's time to empty this out and see what kind of mess I've created. So for tips, I used this pan here to kind of push the dress down into the water, because it's actually, well, obviously it's going to be quite hot. It's boiling water. So that was quite helpful, and then as it's cooled down, I can handle it a little better with my hands. My gloves are worthless. I should have bought ones that go up to my elbows, and probably even that wasn't even good enough for this. This dress had many layers, so if I got full coverage on this, I will be clapping my hands. So I'm going to empty this out. Maybe I'm not. Well, it's alright. We'll just bail it out. So I'm going to go ahead and bail this out. I'm sure you guys don't care to see this process. So now I've got the dress out of the tub, and I can just empty the rest of the water. It was very heavy, and I needed 2 hands, and maybe even an assistant if I had one. It would have been nice. So, alright, let's dump this out. I do have more, are you kidding me? I do have more dye left, so 1 bottle of each was plenty for this. For this container, I'm gonna say it's anywhere between 15 to 20 gallons, and I just kind of wung, yeah, as you see, I kind of just wung the salt and stuff, and got a pretty good idea of the dye ratio, but it wasn't exact because I didn't have an exact measurement to go by. So, and I'm pretty pleased with this result so far. Obviously it's brighter now because it's wet, but I'm pretty happy with it. That's exactly what I wanted. I'll know more once it's all finished being rinsed and dried. And I think for this dress, because obviously you don't want to pop a wedding dress into the washing machine, which under normal circumstances that's what you would do on a cold wash. So I'm just going to do what I do with my vintage clothing. I'm going to fill this up with some cold water, let it sit, and then just keep repeating the process. So I think we got it. It's looking pretty clear. I'm now going to drain it and then transfer it into this bucket and take it outside and just let the air dry it out. Hi everyone, so here's the final result. It is a ballet slipper pink. It's exactly what I wanted online. The swatch on the website was pretty accurate. So the recipe, in case you need that again, was sandstone and super pink. And you don't need a lot of the dye. One bottle of each is more than enough. The color came out really even. You can see that the organza dyed perfectly. The only issue that I have here is these shoulder straps. They are almost a purple color, and it's a really nasty contrast compared to the really subtle pink on the bodice, and I do not like that at all. Some people may like it, but I find it to be very distracting. You want the dress to complement you, not stand out and be the center of attention. I mean, obviously we've got a huge ball gown type of dress here, wedding dress rather, but you know, even still, you don't want the dress to take away from you. So those are gonna go. I'm either gonna cut them or tuck them in. The lining came out really well. I'll do a little peek down there. The lining is a little tiny bit darker than the organza, but that's okay because it gives the organza, it stands out against the organza and gives it a little bit more of a pinkish tone. So overall, I'm like 98% satisfied with this. For tips, I would recommend making sure you test your fabrics before you take the full plunge, and be mindful of your different types of material. The dye that I used was for synthetics, which worked perfectly for the organza, but the shoulder straps, as I mentioned, that's like a cottony material, and it's very delicate, so the dye really took to that. But overall, I am very satisfied with this dress. Let me see if I can do a little walk around. You can see that the color is nice and even. So I highly recommend this. If you have, get online or at your local wedding shops and find a wedding dress. You can get them so cheap. I mean, like under 50 bucks and sometimes even free, and have some fun with it. I mean, you can add even more details if you want to add a little more element to your dress. You can add a bustle in the back, which I'm not going to do this, but you know, if you happen to have like a plain Jane wedding dress and you want to just give it a little something extra, that would be a good idea. So that's it, I guess. I'm going to include some stills into the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I plan on doing some more tutorials on different things, so please make sure to check back and subscribe and like if you don't mind. Thank you.